What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Fiery Embers show on the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network. This live show is not one that is going to bring you the latest tip on how to increase your VO2 max, but it will make you laugh, which is going to have some cardio benefits to it. So stick around and get to learn more about our guests outside of the world of running, swimming, and cycling. Today, I'm being joined by Amanda Katz, who is a strength and running coach with running experience in Equinox. You can find her on Instagram at Amanda_Katz, Katzz. And make sure you do it and give her a follow, because whenever I see her post, I find myself nodding with just about every single word that she puts up there. But before I bring her on, check out the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network on your favorite podcast platform. We have a variety of shows, which means we have something for everyone, from music and food to human interest stories to men's mental health. They are all about and with everyday athletes overcoming obstacles to reach their finish line. So be sure to subscribe, rate, and review our network so that we can continue to bring on great guests like Amanda. So without me fumbling over my own words anymore, let's bring her onto the show. Hey, Amanda, how are you?
Jason, how you doing?
I am fantastic. I said it in the back room, green room, but the day just got better because I get to chit chat with you for a little bit.
Um, no lie, I heard you say it, and I now believe you
Reinforcement is good.
because you're looking at me. You're telling me. You're telling me what I need to hear.
That's right. That's right. Before I get into my first question, which I think is probably going to take up the majority of our conversation, I want to know how it felt when you had the unboxing of all unboxings, when Pop Tarts sent you a whole bunch of their product. Yes, it's just
I'm still getting through it. Oh my goodness. I only have so many hands. When Pop Tarts reached out to me, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I was like, who am I to be worthy of this? I was not accept I wasn't tagging them, I wasn't reaching out to them. And I said, you know what? I've officially made it.
that's it.
This is all I need. It was so lovely of them. And I will say that my husband is not a runner, but he understands our shtick about proper fueling, and he's bought into the messaging, right? So he said to me when the box came and I was sharing it, he goes, how cool is it that someone like you, and he didn't mean like me, he meant somebody in the health space, in the fitness space, in the running space, who potentially people have all these preconceived ideas about what health looks like and what healthy food looks like and what good
Yes.
food looks like, right? He goes, how cool is it that you collaborated with Pop Tarts on something, a food that is being that potentially could be so demonized, especially in such a polarizing climate, where we're hearing left and right. Is that processed? Does that have food dyes? Does that have too much sugar? And I'm here to say, you know what? You know what's better than not being fed, being fueled.
Yeah.
And so thank you for um reminding me of the goodness that I have stage left of me.
Let me tell you, like, I'm a New Yorker. I'm wearing my New York Mets hat. 86, I jumped up and down when the Mets won the World Series, like, the teenager I am. When I saw you unboxing the Pop Tarts, it was like the same celebration. I'm like, this is so fucking cool, man. Like, we've made it. Pop Tarts is in the running space, kids.
That's quite literally, I said to myself, I'm like, we've made it. We've made it. And I'm so glad that so I was born and raised in Flushing, Bayside, New York. So
Yes.
for one, what you just said to me,
I was
that
at
same
City
Pop
Field a
Tart
few weeks
feeling,
ago. I got my other Mets hat right here, too.
they've really done wonders with that place.
So I moved out of Manhattan, out of New York, before the stadium was built. So I have been calling it Shea up until
Right.
about 3 weeks ago, because that's when we were there, and I was like, okay, City Field it is now. I will no longer call it Shea. I,
Crazy.
I was explaining to my wife when I was a kid, so I had, 17, 18 years old, I would drive to Flushing. I lived in Rockland County at the time, so a little bit upstate New York. And I used to never park in the parking lot at Shea. I would park under the overpass because it was free, right?
Right.
I was a teenager. I didn't have money. The only thing I was hoping at the end of the game was that my car was still there and not in one of the chop shops.
Which is literally on the block. If you know, you know.
Literally.
um, that's rich. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's I admittedly, like, even if you had said like, oh, I was at Shea, it wouldn't have. I would have
Right.
just kept going because
100%.
that, yeah, that's it's a wonderful, wonderful place, and I feel so. Even though I now live in Manhattan, I visit my family still. My family's
Awesome.
in an area called, they call it Oakland Gardens, so it's like the town. Queens is funny, right?
Yes.
Just like all the boroughs in New York. It's like, oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Oh, I'm from Queens. Oh, I'm from Manhattan. Like once you talk to somebody who's within the tribe, you're able to kind of
Yep.
niche down.
Yep.
So they're there and I'm able to, what I love is going home.
Yeah.
Like I love going home to Queens. I don't think there are very few places on earth where you can not only get every single cuisine,
Zero doubt.
every culture, everyone is represented, and everyone, there's no everyone's equally discriminated against. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yes. Right. There's no favorites.
There are no favorites. It's
Yeah.
like every community, it's just
And here's the
it's
thing, right? Like they all got your back too. They
yes.
all got your back. You know, it's like if you beefing, like we beefing. Like I got your back, right? Like if you come from out of town and you come in and you say something about Queens or any
Right,
borough for that matter, the people in that borough are going to be like, "Look, I don't really care for you, but then now they're
right.
talking about us."
It's so true. It's so true. So I feel like incredibly blessed to have been born and raised in in a neighborhood, in a borough, in a city that never made me feel. And of course, like, so I'm a mutt. I'm a Dominican Jew.
Okay.
And there are times like throughout my life where like I didn't feel Latino enough.
Ah, yes.
I didn't, right? Like I didn't feel like connected to my Eastern European Jewish side enough. And um but I always I always felt at home.
Yeah. It's
Like,
funny because I get it. Because look, I'm white presenting, but
right.
Puerto Rican through and through, right?
Okay.
100%. And so I understand that feeling exactly. Like I'm not Puerto Rican
Get
enough.
it.
I'm not Latino enough. And it's a struggle, man. Like it's a struggle because um, I grew up in the Bronx. My sister speaks Spanish fluently, and I'm over here on day 280 of Duolingo, right? At 51, trying to make sure I could figure out all the words. And so it's like I grew up in suburbia, white suburbia. Like my parents moved us out of the Bronx and into white suburbia. And I went to school with originally, Miguel's and Juan's and Maria's. And all of a sudden I'm with Tyler's and Kevin's and Michelle's. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Right.
It's crazy. And so, thankfully my wife, she has been amazing at, I'm going to use the word forcing, but not necessarily forcing, but telling me, like inspiring me, dude, be Puerto Rican. That's who you are. Like, talk
Yeah.
about this stuff. Be that thing because that's what you are and that's who you are. And don't worry about the rest of the fucking world. It's okay.
Oh my God. I love her for that. I it's a part of your identity.
Yeah.
And you should be able to celebrate that without fear of somebody else judging you, especially somebody who is supposed to be in your community,
Right.
right? So, oh, I love that.
I've had so many conversations like this too. A few years ago, I was on a panel in DC about Hispanics in the endurance sports space. And there was a guy on the panel, his name slips my mind right now, but he is half black, half Latino. And he said on the panel, he's like, I wasn't black enough for the black community. I wasn't Hispanic enough for the Hispanic community. Like, I don't know where I fit in half the time until I finally decided I'm going to be me. And you people figure out what you want, where you want me to go. Because I'm going to go here. And that was it. And that was empowering to hear too, right? Like, and I think these conversations are super important for people to have out loud, not only for those of us who have fallen into those buckets, but honestly for the people who are looking in at us and being like, oh, I understand now. Now I see where your voice is coming from and the things that you're talking about and why you're talking about them. I just think it's super important that we continue to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm so glad I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't think I'd even bring it up, but it is so, and you know this because of how you were raised and where you were raised and where you ended up. Like, it is so much a part of who I am and how I interact with the world. And and how I'm able to be direct and honest and open and how I'm loud. Like, these are not like this, it's not by accident. Like, I am a product of, you know, two very incredibly hardworking people, immigrants, um, a high school principal in Bushwick, named Nilda. And she I am who I am because of the community at the community and the people who raised me.
I gotta tell
So
you, I love your mother's name because it also reminds me of my mother, whose first name is Awilda. And
my mom's best friend, her name was Awilda
no shit,
um Ramos
Ortiz.
Ortiz. So my mom is Nilda Gomez with a hyphen Katz. Just to confuse the students in Bushwick a little bit,
My
confuse them
mother
a bit.
went. My mother went from Awilda Ortiz to Awilda Bahamundi. Like, she had to be asking herself, "What the hell did I do?"
We all make choices, Awilda.
That's
We
right.
really do. We really do. I love that. That is, I feel like that's what did the kids say? Is it Kismet? What is it?
Isn't
I
it?
don't know
Yeah.
what it is. I don't know what it is,
I will
but
tell you what. The coincidence is crazy though. So like, this is the third Awilda I now know of because my mother and my aunt were the only two in my entire life that I ever heard of that first name, and so now we have another Awilda from your crew with us. That's awesome.
so that is like so your mom and your aunt are both named Awilda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Dominicans, my mom, my aunt Maria, my abuela Maria, like everyone is Maria. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Maria's a little more common though
Yes.
than Awilda. I will give you that. But now, yes, now you know three
It's
Awildas and a
amazing.
Nilda.
Yes. And I'll give you my other aunt's name, which is Evelyn. So now you have an Evelyn in your crew too.
It's very, we're very confused. We're very, very confused.
This is
Yeah.
so cookout of us.
Nothing better. Nothing better.
Nothing.
Just put us on Tar Beach and
That's
we will
it. We're in.
we're in. Oh, I love it.
Before I present to you the question, I gotta give a shout out to you. Amanda is the best from the Golden Hour Adventures podcast on
Oh
Instagram.
my
Leave
God.
that comment.
Oh my goodness. I love that podcast. Do you listen to that
I have
podcast?
not, but now I will. Now that they've commented, I'll have to.
That podcast is hosted by Justin and Robbie, and they give their slogan is I'm gonna mess it up. I'm sure he's Justin or Robbie's writing right now. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I think I nailed
Fantastic.
it.
Love it.
I love it. I love it. And most recently, they just did an episode this week on Robbie's sobriety journey. I've we some um Robbie and I have connected on this. And it was just I was almost crying on the West Side Highway, okay? Running up towards the Bronx, just crying, listening to this episode. It was so fabulous. So shout out back to
Wow.
Golden Hour Adventures for putting stories out there that are worth listening to and
I'll give it
crying
a,
to.
yeah, I'll give it a listen because I've been sober for about 13 years now myself. So
I've been
fully
sober
understand.
for 8.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. By the way, my sister has joined the show over on Instagram and she's just got the laughing emoji. So I'm just waiting for the empanadas and the pastele emojis to show up on Instagram as well.
Hey sis.
All right, so here's the deal. This is what I thought about the moment you said yes, because I know you're a big advocate for fuel yourself, eat the carbs, eat the stuff, make sure you're fueled for your adventures in swimming, cycling, and running. So I created a mini golf course with Ashley Lashevich a few weeks ago. So I want us to create a menu for a fictitious endurance sports restaurant on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. So we'll come up with a name at the end, but we have to come up with an appetizer, we have to come up with a main dish, and we have to come up with dessert because you got to have dessert. That's just the rules.
Yeah, you didn't have to explain that one, okay? I got it.
You could use, endurance sports fuel if you want, but you don't have to. You can just come up with any food that you want. So appetizer first, and if you want me to lead so you could think, I'd be happy to do that.
Say less. I got this. Okay. I also need the listeners to know that when presented with the opportunity to be briefed on this question, I denied it. I said, you know
You did.
what? I'm happy to just come in on the question. So I am not prepared, but yet I've been preparing my whole life for this. You know what I mean? Okay. So we're big on accessibility and all while the Upper West Side isn't notably an accessible space, we're gonna make this menu accessible, meaning that hopefully anyone who's listening can find the time, convenience, and resources to get this appetizer,
That's right.
main meal, and dessert in the mix from the restaurant that will be named. All right. So and you if I share a menu item, you share one too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right. So let's start with appetizers.
Yeah.
Can we get little can we get little uncrustables?
Yes. Absolutely. And here's the thing. I didn't know that people did this because I just open the package and eat it like, Cookie Monster, just throw them all in. But I hear people toast them. Like they'll either put them in the toaster or they'll put butter in the pan and slightly toast it that way.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
You know, and that is if you've ever had, and I know I have, a bagel fresh out the oven with peanut butter on it. I can see
Yeah.
I'm picking up what they're putting down.
100%. All right. So we have the grape variety. Are
That's
we
fine.
going to also have Nutella and honey variety?
We sure will.
Okay. So now we have two appetizers there with the uncrustables. I'm sticking with bread because if anybody knows me, like I used to go to Grand Central, pick up a baguette, and just walk around Manhattan. I would literally just walk around Manhattan like if it was a trumpet, right? And I would just eat it like a trumpet. So
And no one looks at you sideways when you do that, by the way. Yep, no, not a
your
single
options in
human.
our endurance sports restaurant for appetizer is either a half baguette or a full baguette with butter and salt. That's it. Those are your options for the other appetizer outside of the uncrustables.
Yeah, I think we're hitting what we need to hit there.
Okay,
Okay.
so we've got some commentary on the Instagram, which is fantastic. First of all, my sister said, "Hey, girl, hey," and then she said, "No, sis, a pizza roll is much smaller." So I think she wants to see if we can figure out pizza rolls on the menu.
She wants the
And
minute. Okay, that's fair.
my wife says a mini uncrustable. Oh no, I'm sorry. My wife wrote a mini uncrustable, basically a pizza roll with PBJ. And my sister then replied to that and said a pizza roll is much smaller. So we're adding the pizza roll to the menu. We now have a third appetizer menu.
That's totally fine with me. That's totally fine with me.
All right, main dish. Where are we going?
All right. I'm gonna pick a pasta,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go with a cheese tortellini,
Oh, that's good.
which is also my athlete bought me these tortellini earrings,
Oh, very cool.
and because it's my favorite pasta shape. I love anything that's like a dumpling, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Super easy to pick up, toss in your mouth.
Yep, and it's versatile. Like you can have a marinara, you can have a pesto, you
Yep.
can have make it simple, just olive oil, garlic, and salt.
Yep.
Incredibly accessible. My boy Joseph, aka Trader Joe's, has has it for $2.99 for the entire. So please,
I love it. So I was going to pick a pasta as well, but we'll add some variety to the menu. But the pasta I was going to pick was either going to be cavatelli or bucatini, because bucatini is my favorite spaghetti style pasta with pesto sauce, some crushed walnuts, shredded cheese all over the place. And I just had this last weekend, a sprinkling of balsamic vinegar reduction on top of all that.
oh,
Oh, it was so good.
I did have to just phone a friend to ensure. So my in-house Italian, aka my husband, is not here right now to tell me what bucatini looked like. So I did have to pull up the search to
It's the
ensure I
hollow
knew.
spaghetti.
So this seems like a spaghetti I can stand behind because admittedly what happens to me is that I'm a child when it comes to so this looks like something that I can eat without a situation
Yeah.
unfolding. Okay,
It's a little thicker than spaghetti and
I
it's
like that.
hollow. So you don't need as much sauce because the sauce can go inside of the pasta. Come on, right?
I mean, it's a cannoli pretty
Don't-
much. No, it's
Yes.
great. I love it. I love it.
By the way, I've been pitching Oreo on making a cannoli flavored Oreo. Like, come on, Oreo, get with it. Like, this is the real deal. Get some of that ricotta cheese flavoring with some pistachio on the blonde, or even the chocolate wafer would be great too, because chocolate dip cannolis. Oh,
Amazing. Amazing. I'm kind of surprised they haven't taken you up on that.
I'm waiting for my big break like you did with Pop Tarts. That's it. I'll keep talking.
We got to keep pushing it into the algo. Okay, I'm here for it.
My sister said, "You athletes love anything stuffed," and then she said she and I are not related. I'm not sure why. But there's a lot of reasons.
We're gonna have to take that offline.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure that one out. I love it.
The second main dish, though, we have to stay within the Caribbean family because it's got to
Okay.
be, arroz con frijoles negros, pernil, and a pastele. Like, just eat it all the calories.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I was gonna go with arroz con gandules,
Yes.
but I love a black pea. That's fabulous. Yeah. No, I think that's great. I also think it's good to. There are times where you're maybe you're not craving pasta because you had your you had your pizza bagels or your mini pizzas for your
For
appetizer. So
appetizer.
you're like, let me switch it up a little. Let
By
me
the
switch it
way,
up.
so we're talking about, getting Italian as an appetizer and maybe Hispanic as a main dish. Who knows where dessert goes? But I've had this idea for like a looped event called the United, we could call it UN, which would stand for United Nations. But if we had it on like a 4 mile loop and an aid station every mile, and like every hour or two, it changed cuisine. So like, at mile one on the first hour was Italian. And so you had like maybe pizza rolls and some other stuff. And then when you came around 3 hours later, it was a different type of cuisine at the aid station. Like that would be so much fun, I think.
You're a genius. You need to pitch this?
I've already got the Oreo 100 in the works. In case you haven't heard of this, it starts in Oceanside, California,
Oh, California.
runs up to Redondo Beach, RE, in California, and then when you finish, you run under the finisher arch into the Pacific Ocean, and it's Oreo, Oceanside, Redondo Beach, Pacific Ocean.
I didn't know I was amongst God's favorite. You are That's so smart. That is so smart. Who do you have to talk to?
Let's go, Oreo. Let's make it work, Mondelez.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I I think that's great. I think that's great. I love the United Nations Ultra idea.
Right? Like it would be so much fun. People would get not only to run and work out and get a buckle and everything else, but then they get culture too, like all
Yes.
along the way. Like I love Ethiopian food. Absolutely love Ethiopian.
Yeah, I mean, and it's perfect for endurance sport because no utensils
That's right.
required. Obsessed with that. I love it. I think that's a great idea.
My sister said we should put the chuleta frita on the menu as well.
She's not wrong.
She's not.
Sorry we missed that.
It'd be like a Saturday special. Like you come on Saturday, we got you.
Oh, that's so good. That is so, so good.
Dessert.
Okay.
What are our options for dessert?
See, ironically, this one's tough.
It is. I agree.
This one's tough. So, um, hey, there are different ways we can go about this. I think that because we're going to be in the Upper West Side, I will have to we're going to have to tap into Levain cookie
Yes. Yes.
because you're going to get so like, let's hypothetically say that the name of the restaurant was Upper Fueled Side. Let's
Nice.
hypothetically say. Um that we can partner with Levain on this. So if you're like, what is a Levain cookie? It's pretty much a cake.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
In chocolate, it looks like this, like in chocolate chip cookie form. This is a rock, friends. This is not, we're not gonna
Don't
this
eat that.
in chocolate chip cookie form. Um, and she comes in, classic, a chocolate chip with walnuts. I believe there's one with like with raisins as well. There's like a chocolate base with with macadamia nuts as
Yeah.
well. She's very versatile, and I feel as though like for those who are craving cake but also cookie, that's a nice mix. And when in doubt, you can always pop a pastry. I will tell you, have you ever tried this one in particular, the chocolatey chip pancake?
I have not tried that one yet.
Okay, so if I had to, as I shared earlier, I shy away from things like spaghetti because of myself. That's why. So this one requires like a bib
Okay.
when you're eating it. So I would give, that alone because I'm the problem. I would give it, if I had to score it, an 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's still a
Uh,
good score.
it's a pretty good score. Again, what would bring it up to a 10 would be two things. It would be less crumbly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's giving Nature Valley.
Oh no. Don't eat it in your car, kids.
Don't right, right. Or if you have a French bulldog right underneath your mouth at all times, as an example, an oddly specific example. And I wish that the ratio of chocolatey chip was a little higher. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
Before I give
Yeah.
you my answer to the dessert, my sister said an empanada with guava and cream cheese, which is classic in the Caribbean. That's an excellent
Yes.
option.
That
My
sounds great.
my dessert, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. We're going to
Oh,
serve you a brownie inside of a coffee mug, topped with coffee ice cream. And as the coffee ice cream melts, you end up with a mocha because you're getting chocolate from the brownie simultaneously.
you are so generous.
Smiles all around, people. Smiles all around.
What I love about both of our desserts was that they really can serve two kinds of people depending on what they're
Yes.
in the mood for.
Yep.
And so making it an even more accessible menu.
So we have a great menu for the Upper Fueled Side restaurant. Now we just need backers. What's that guy's name? Joe Bastianich. Where you at, Joe? We need some money to open our restaurant.
Yeah, we look, there's got to be a guy.
We all know
There's
a
always a guy. I got a guy for that.
Yeah. I'd just like the restaurant to be open longer than my legs are attached. That's all.
We got to get on it. Right after we chat with Oreo for the fourth, fifth, or sixth time today. We'll get on the investors.
We have a to-do list that's as long
We
as
do.
my arm at this point. You are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on this most ridiculous podcast. I hope people get a good laugh out of it too, and that you are now thinking of your own menu for your own endurance restaurant wherever you live. Drop it in the comments. Let's make sure we open up this restaurant all across the country. We'll franchise them. How about that? We'll make it even better.
I love that. We are clearly both bored. We need something else to do. So
Clearly. Amanda, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
thank you for having me, Jason.
I'll see you.
Bye.
For those of you who managed to stick around for all 30 minutes of this conversation, thank you so much. Time is the greatest gift that we can give to each other, and you just gave me the gift of your time. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out the Everyday Athlete Podcast Network on your favorite podcast platform. And then do me a favor so that I can get Amanda back here next time, and subscribe, rate, review. And if you're using Spotify, comment. It really does help us. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time on the next Fiery Embers.